Today's intro is by Caleb Schuyler. Here we go, chocolate Swiss meringue buttercream. I have a pot that's slightly filled with simmering water over medium heat. I place a bowl over top of that. The bowl is not touching the water. Then I'm adding 2 extra large egg whites and a half a cup and 1 tablespoon of white granulated sugar. The recipe amounts are a little weird because I did a half a recipe. The full recipe will be in the description box. Then you're going to beat this on low or whisk it over the heat until when you rub the egg whites between your fingers, you don't feel gritty anymore, or it reaches 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That way you know your egg whites are now safe because all the bacteria has been killed off. Take it off the heat, and then either using a stand mixer or a hand mixer, you're going to continue to beat your egg whites until they are thickened and glossy and make soft peaks. And you also want to make sure your egg whites have come down to room temperature. So when you touch that bowl, it no longer feels warm. Then you're going to beat in the butter. It's 1 cup of butter, cold butter that's been cut up into small cubes. And then you're just going to add 1 cube at a time of the butter to your mixture, and you're going to beat very well in between each cube of butter. The secret to this frosting is to continue to beat it until it gets to the texture that you want it to be. For the chocolate portion, it is 1/2 cup and 1/8 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips that have been melted in the microwave, and then I let them cool and brought them down to room temperature before pouring them into here because you are dealing with a lot of butter that will melt. And then you beat it, and you beat it until it gets to the right texture. And then you're done. This is kind of a little side recipe here. I had such a success with my peanut butter and jelly cupcakes filling those. I thought I would try it with chocolate cupcakes and some chocolate pudding. So I put the chocolate pudding into a pastry bag, and I'm just going to insert the tip of the icing tip into the center of the cupcake, and you just give a little squeeze. And you squeeze in about a tablespoon or so of pudding, maybe a little less than that. And then you can frost them with your chocolate Swiss meringue buttercream. This frosting is fantastic. I really don't want to use any other kind of frosting when I decorate cupcakes with, because it's so light, it's delicious, it's not super sweet, and it makes such wonderful, delicate ruffles when you use this particular tip, which is a 1M tip. It's fantastic. And it's nice and chocolatey with all those semi-sweet chocolate chips that are in there. There's the finished cupcake with, you can see the pudding in the center. One thing I'm going to tell you about this frosting is I get a lot of comments about my Swiss meringue buttercream that people have problems with it. It becomes soupy when they're beating it. If it becomes soupy, put it in the refrigerator and let it harden a little bit. And some people talk about it curdling. If it curdles, you may just have to beat it until it's not curdled anymore. I will provide you with a link to a website that gives you some really good examples of how to fix Swiss meringue buttercream if it's not working well. And it also gives you excellent advice on how to freeze Swiss meringue buttercream and how to defrost it. And I'll also provide you a link to the website where I found this chocolate Swiss meringue buttercream recipe as well. So if you're looking for a spectacular frosting that I think once you taste it, you may not want to make any other kind of buttercream frosting, give this one a try.